Why is this case so important?
Well, because it's a bit of unfinished business for the Canadian Islamic Congress. They lost 3 separate cases in British Columbia, in Ontario, and at the federal level. And I think this is, for Karim, this is a kind of appeal. He feels he always felt those judgments were wrong, and he wants his second bite of the cherry, and he's used Ezra as his vehicle for that.
Do you think that the style that Ezra implores is sort of leaves himself open for this kind of thing to happen? I know you don't agree with human rights tribunals and things like that, but do you think that sometimes sensationalism and journalism are at odds with one another?
No, I don't think so. I think you give and take when you enter the public arena. Karim has called me and Ezra Levant racists and Islamophobes, and Ezra has called Karim an anti-Semite. Is that worth weeks and weeks of the Superior Court of Ontario's time? Or 5 years of lawyers' bills? No, it's not. I'm in favour of, I mean this seriously, I'm in favour of a return to duelling. If it is a matter of honour, then Karim and Ezra should get up at 5 in the morning and at Queen's Park take a couple of blades, and I'll be Ezra's second, and Karim can find some guy to be his, Mohammed El Masri to be his second, and settle it like gentlemen. It's absolutely ridiculous to take up. If all of us, if I took Karim into this courtroom for calling me an Islamophobe or a racist and wasted the judge's time and wasted the court's time, that's all that would be going on in this building.
Is there, one last question, is there an interesting, you just said maybe a duel would solve it. It's kind of interesting that Ezra was the announcer the last time 2 ideological opposites decided.
With Senator Brazeau, and Senator Brazeau is now the day manager of one of Ottawa's most prestigious strip clubs. So even if you lose the fight, it can pay off big for you in career terms. I certainly think, Ezra would need to get himself in a bit of shape before a duel, but I think that's a more civilized way to doing it. This actually is not a way of discussing what are essentially public policy issues and disputes, in which in the internet age words like racist are hurled around by everybody with impunity. And as I've said before, I take the view that calling somebody totally racist is totally gay, and these things are just a waste of everybody's time.
What if he said pedophile instead of jihadist?
Well, I think pedophile is a slightly different accusation, but again, if one is not actually a paedophile, again, I don't think that's worth dragging people into.
The laws that we have in place, do you think are sufficient?
No, I think defamation law, basically, the process is the punishment. Defamation law, as I see it, it needs serious reform almost everywhere in the Western world, including in the United States, particularly in the age of the internet, where everything is live and unmediated. And as I said, if they're matters of honour, then they would be better settled in some other way than doing it through proxies and trial proceedings.
And what do you think the result will be in this case?
I don't know that I'd care to predict the way this judge will decide, but I will say this, that I think actually she's done an excellent job of managing this trial, and she's many degrees above the fat-headed judge that I spent time in front of in the District of Columbia Superior Court. So judge-wise, she's certainly well ahead.
What was the fat-headed judge's name?
The fat-headed judge's name was Natalia Combs Green of the District of Columbia Superior Court.
Well, hopefully she won't be bringing you to court now.
Well, she's welcome to. I'll see her in court anytime.